Hello and welcome. I am Stacey Thomas, author, ALS advocate, film producer, and talk show host. I'm here to motivate, educate, and entertain. Join me on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Stacey Thomas Talk Show, where we have powerful discussions centered around health, relationship, careers, and everyday conversation. Follow me on Facebook, I am Stacey Thomas. On Instagram, Stacey Thomas Talk Show. And don't forget, I can promote you too. Email me at iamstaceythomas@gmail.com. Now, it's time for the show. Hello, everybody. I am Stacey Thomas, your host, and this is a segment of the Stacey Thomas Show that we call the Business Block, licensed out of Prince George, Virginia. What is the Business Block? I am so glad you asked. It is a place for business owners, entrepreneurs, and change makers in the local community to come on and talk about themselves. And today, on this Saturday morning, I am blessed to have a young man who's doing big things in his community. Let's welcome him. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So what we're going to do, Supervisor Cameran Drew, what we're going to do is let everybody know that for those of you who are watching, you can also watch us on YouTube and tell your friends if they're not on Facebook. We'll also have this interview on the digital radio station out of Richmond, Virginia, Cool 101.2 Pop. And you'll see clips later on because sometimes God places people in your life that you just don't show them on one platform, but you gotta brag about them. Supervisor Cameran Drew. 19 years old, making big moves.
Yes.
I guess you understood the assignment that was given to you?
Yes, I did. In fact, I did.
You know the assignment. You know your purpose?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Where did all this come from?
So all this comes from a family, a strong support system. I'm in a large family of 7, with me being the middle child and a middle child of 5 and 2 supporting parents and great grandparents. Me, mom, papa, my grandmother and granddaddy D. They supported me, uplifted me, and just been tremendous in my journey. And also just them being rooted in serving a higher power, a God that we all serve, and they've taught me how to worship and be a better person for myself and my community. So that's kind of that is who has helped me in this journey and how I've realized my purpose and how I've gotten this far.
Okay. I love that. So you done made me have to say something. Surrey County, Virginia is my home. And when you said that people have kept you uplifted and they've raised you the right way, I don't hesitate to think that you could be exaggerating, or maybe your promoter, your manager told you to say that, because Stacey's got part of her prayer team comes out of Surrey County. When something goes wrong, Supervisor Drew, Stacey calls people in Surrey County. And I know, let me tell you something. It's some strong prayers coming out of that place. Some strong prayers. And it's even more awesome that you are not afraid to say how you were raised and to speak about your family. So, you know what? And I'm going to say this again. I am very proud of you. As a 19-year-old Supervisor Cameran Drew, tell me, in high school, let's go to high school. What were you planning on doing when you graduated from high school?
So I've been out of high school since 2024. I'm graduating with an amazing class. I had intended on going to Virginia Commonwealth University. And I ended up switching to go to schools because I was one of those students who I knew I wanted to go to college. The college didn't matter. I just wanted to go to a school where I could major for my business administration degree, get the 4 years and do that. But I ended up going to a community college, Virginia Peninsula Community College. and I switched because I was able to play soccer. So I played soccer in high school as well. So that was something I wanted to do into college. So I went to college for soccer. I went to that community college, and it ended up saving me a whole lot of money. Um,
Smart.
and yes, it's really smart. And what people didn't tell me in high school was that community colleges were just as good as 4 years colleges. You get your 2 years done, you save you a whole lot of money, you have a lot of time to work and do other things outside of college. So I mean, that was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made to go to community college. But also in high school, I've had so many other people who have supported me to get to where I am and to mold me and help me along my college journey. And I am grateful for them as well. Yeah,
Wow. So soccer,
yes.
college, right? You're young. A lot of times when we're 18, 19, we have no idea what we want to do. So
Mhm.
you started out with the soccer and your academics. When did you realize that, hey, I need to go out here and do something for the community? I mean, who at 19 worries about the community?
Well, and also in high school, I'm fortunate enough to serve on what's called the Technology Student Association. It's a career and technical student association organization, also a CTSO, that we compete in competitions that are technological based. It's a student ran organization. I had the honor of serving as our state vice president for Virginia, and that helped build a lot of my leadership roles and ideals, but also serving as the president of various organizations in high school. From after high school, starting my own motivational clothing and candle business that also has a philanthropic arm, the Producer Future Foundation. And what we do with that foundation is we create spaces for youth, workshops, speaking engagements, scholarships to help them succeed and work towards college goals, trade schools, workplace opportunities, just giving them other opportunities to have a space to connect with other young like-minded peers. So in this wanting to help the community has really been shaping me through my parents, my grandparents, and people around me. I mean, I've been very fortunate to have many role models, many mentors who've helped and guide me. I've worked for Senator Lashreese Ayer, who represents Surrey County. I worked for now Delegate elect Kimberly Pope Adams, who will be our delegate for Surrey County. So just having those role models, those mentors, those guiding lights, for me has shaped my values, shaped how I can lead and succeed in within my community, but within our Commonwealth and nation as a whole.
You've named some awesome people. Senator Aird has been on this show.
Oh
Beautiful
yes,
individual. Kimberly Pope Adams. I won't even go there. I've been knowing her since she was a little girl. I am so freaking proud of her. Me and her sisters
yes,
went to school together. You know, you got those people that want to brag. I used to go to the, I'm not, listen, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that you've connected with some awesome sisters, some awesome, intelligent, caring women. You know,
yes,
I've seen you on some other platforms. Shout out to Mike King. I love Mike King. It's great to know that there are people before you that are reaching back, that aren't frowning their face up or underestimating a 19-year-old. I had someone, I was conversing with someone not too long ago, right before the election, and the election surprised me, right? And I
hmm
said, matter of fact, it was to a professor over at Virginia State University. I said, it's something how people came out this time, right? She said, Stacey, it's the young people. I
yes,
said, you think so? She said, Stacey, it's the young people. They're going to fight in a way that we can't fight. And for those of us who can't fight. And then I see you pop up on Facebook and you're doing big things. When you decided to come out, and run for this position, right?
Mhm.
And you've created your own businesses. What did fellow your fellow people in your age group like? What did your friends say? Were they surprised?
Well, they weren't surprised because I mean, of course, they knew me. They knew what I've done and what I urged to do, and they were always supportive of me. And that's initially one of the biggest reasons why I did that. We needed representation as a young person within our county, but also within our Commonwealth and nation. We need young people to get more engaged into politics or governmental functions in general. Because as you said, and as you spoke to that professor at Virginia State, the youth can sway elections. And I think now people are honestly realizing that the power of a vote, the power of a young person's vote. Hey, I only won by 8 votes. So, and I know some fresh young voters who came out of high school who voted for me. And I told them, I said, hey, look, thank you for voting, because if you didn't vote, or if I didn't say, hey, if I didn't text you or DM you on Instagram, say, hey, I need you to go vote, I might have lost. So the young vote has really become more crucial into elections, and that's something that I am working towards advocating more for, and just working to get young people more involved into politics. Not even if you don't not even if you want to run or don't want to run, just knowing what your vote can do, that your vote matters. As one of my mentors, Kimberly Pope Adams, has told me, your vote can only do 2 things: hire or fire someone. And that right there, that I was like, oh wow, that is influential and very important for young people to know. So that's something I'm working towards, is building something where young voters know, and young people, young leaders know that, hey, they have a voice, that your vote matters, and that you can do what I've done.
Okay. So right now, while you're serving on the board of supervisors in your county,
Yes.
we're not going to talk about when you run for delegate or senate. We won't go there yet, okay? Right now, give me 2 things or how many things you want. What do you want to change? What are you here to do? What do you think? What do you believe it is that God put this in you that you're supposed to do?
So some of the things I ran on, um, well, what I ran on is also what I intend on working towards. But I think 2 things that God has put me in this position to do is be a change for the youth, be to give more opportunities for the youth, and I'm already in on my way to doing that by just being elected. But also just also helping in any way to make life easier for the people within that county. Um, that is those 2 things I feel that are the biggest things that I will work towards doing. I know that uh, opportunities for the youth is a leading cause for our county. With It says a lot to me that our county has a 50.7 median age range within that county. That says that our youth are not staying within that county. The young people are leaving, and we need to understand why they're leaving, how we can retain them, so our population can continue to grow and not decrease. But also just making life easier for all of our constituents within that county, ensuring that they have the necessary tools to live, work, and succeed. How they can have the affordable housing within that county. They can have lower tax rates within that county. We can create a stronger tax base within that county so we can help lower the tax rates. So I think just making life easier for the folks within that county, and just ensuring that the youth feel love, feel that they have someone. Well, now that they definitely do have someone who's going to advocate for them, and just ensuring that, hey, I'm going to be there for everyone, whether young, seasoned, or wise.
They say God don't put more on you than you can handle. So at
Yes.
19, I think you're ready to do some things, supervisor. I am so proud of you. So proud
Thank
of
you.
you. What do you say? And I know I keep going back to your age, and obviously age doesn't matter, but
Mhm.
everybody's not going to look at it like that. What do you see to say to the older adults that when they hear about you and they finally meet you, that are skeptic about a 19-year-old sitting on a board saying that he's about to change some things?
Mhm. I think what people should do is get to meet the actual person who is involved or who's leading or guiding. That of course I tried to not run away from my age, but put more focus on my experience rather than my age.
That's right. That's right.
Because I have always told people and said that hey, experience is more crucial, more important than age. And if you look at my experience and what I've done and what I continue to do, my experience was no different than my opponent. And I think that is what people saw. They saw that and they saw what the commitment I put into my campaign, from late night working, knocking doors and fundraising money to fuel my campaign. I think people should just hey, get to know me, get to talk to me, learn what I'm looking to do, um, uh, and just get to know what I've done. And like I said, I won't know everything. No one person knows everything. That's
Like
why
that.
the board is built of 5 people to
Right.
collaboratively work together
Okay.
to meet the goals and standards that are set in place and what is needed for the constituents. But I truly believe that if you're looking at my age, get to know me before you make any type of judgments.
I love that. And I love what you said, get to know me and what I've done. That
Yeah.
reminds me, and I've been thinking about making me a shirt that says, basically, because I don't feel like explaining myself or giving my bio to everybody, I just want to say to people, let see my work.
Yeah.
Look up my work
Yeah.
before you decide whether you want to deal with Stacey or not. And it goes back to let your work speak for you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So you can tell me while you're on here, what's long term? What's coming up? Like you're in Surrey now. Will you stay there a while, or do you plan on running for another office in a few years? Use this experience for something else.
Every interview I've gotten this question, so that's why I laugh. I know I'm going to continue to get this question,
Really?
but it's yes, yes. But as I tell everybody, like currently, I'm really just focused on what I'm doing right now. But I can tell you that I will continue my education in college, where I'll be finished with Virginia Peninsula Community College in spring of 26, and I plan to go to Virginia State University to finish my business administration degree and plan to also pick up a minor in political science. And I just also continue to run my business, my foundation, and just to continue my works in politics because we need more, like I said, we need more young people in politics. We need more driving change makers in politics, people who aren't scared to shake things up within our localities, your state, or within the nation. So I just want to continue to do the work to better the lives of other people. Something that we are not seeing as much in today's political scheme, or political landscape. But just making life easier for more people. So I'm just looking to continue to work to do what I'm currently doing just to advance upon that. I'm not sure what political offices I will have after that, but we will see.
Another fellow person, Laverne Wyatt out of Surrey County. Thank you for joining us, Laverne. Actually, Cameron, I jumped up on the phone when I saw you and Laverne because I know she's related to some Drews. And I was looking for a way, how do I get in touch with this guy? I think I told Laverne, I said, he's big now. He may not want to talk to Stacey, but I love what you're saying. And I'm not asking you that question to rush you.
Mhm.
Concentrate on where you are, not that you asked me, but concentrate on where you are, where God has placed you to be, where your heart is. And I'm sure based on the way you've been raised and what you're saying, and according to the plan you have, you'll know when it's time to make moves. As a young person, and you can say, Stacey, you ain't my mama. As a young person, I'm going to tell you what I heard a pastor say. Don't allow distraction to get your attention. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. right? Because distraction at sometimes can lead to destruction. So there'll be a lot of smiling faces, supervisor. There'll be a lot of people proclaiming to be God-fearing people. You stay the way you are. You stay within those prayers that your family have over you. And I am wishing you the very best. And the last thing, to let supervisor talk. What is it that I haven't asked you that you really would like our listeners to know?
I would just really like to let everyone know, and especially the young people, to know that what I've done was a lot of work. It was a lot of late nights, learning new things, talking to people in that are already in these positions, and just let them know that there will be people who judge you based on your age. There will be people who are against you just because they want to be against you or they don't have a specific reason. And I always say this because I I would not have done this if I didn't think I was prepared. I battled with diabetes for a year. I had to go through therapy. I spoke with my mom helped me, my parents helped me a lot along that journey. I had different people come into my life at different points of my journey. And I know that God put that on me because he was preparing me for something bigger. And I now know this, but I didn't see that at the time. But know that you have a purpose. You are destined for greatness, and that whatever people may try to put on you or put against you, know that God has something better for you. And I always just leave it with that and let people know that, hey, if you ever need someone or a person you think no one's for you, hey, I'm always for you. I'm always advocating for you. I'm always rooting for you. So, I mean, if you ever want to get in contact with me, you can follow me on my Instagram and social media. So you can just look up Cameran Drew and all my information will come up.
Cameran, you're going to make me cry. I love it when I hear somebody else say that they're fighting or advocating for someone else. Always say, you don't have to fight for what I'm fighting for, but fight for something or someone else. Yeah. I am wishing you the absolute best. And as you grow and as you advocate for others, don't ever feel like you can't share the fight with Stacey. I would love to talk to you. You take care, young man.
You too, Stacey. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. You got to be proud of him. You got to be proud of him. Don't sit there and judge him based on his age. Follow him, right? I have his name. Well, it's not on here, but it's Supervisor Cameran Drew out of Dendron, Virginia, which is in Surrey County. Follow him, see how you can support him, even if it's not in politics, but he told you about his other businesses, right? Check him out and see how you can help him. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And remember, don't stress too much about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow, because if we do, we just might miss living today. Have a great weekend, everybody.